Greetings, gaming citizens. Mike here. Welcome back to another video. So, this is going to be a bit different. Nintendo has not confirmed a Nintendo Direct for June as of the recording of this video, so it is June 7th right now. So if this ever changes, let it be known that when I was recording this, had no idea. But they are confirmed to have a presence at Gamescom Opening Night Live at the end of August. So, this video is going to be a little bit different. Normally, we like to predict the Nintendo Direct, but we don't know if it's necessarily going to be the regular June Direct that you would see at E3, or if they're just saving all their announcements for Gamescom Opening Night Live. So, we're taking a unique approach to this. Before I talk further, let me just introduce my friend here who's going to be talking with me. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, it's me. I'm Combear. That's me. Hello.
So, you guys really liked it when I talked with my friends last time, so I decided to bring Combear back. So yeah, the way we're going to approach this, I have a list of notes here with various release dates for the summer. So, anything before August, we're just going to assume that these would be announced in the June Direct. Like, if there's a June Direct, then this is the stuff we think is going to be in it. If there's no June Direct, then a lot of these predictions are going to be irrelevant, with the assumption that Gamescom Opening Night Live is where we'll see some other stuff. So we're going to start with the June Direct predictions, and then we're going to go to games that are coming to Nintendo Switch, but don't have a concrete release date that would be announced at Opening Night Live. So it's kind of a Nintendo Direct and Opening Night Live predictions video, but Nintendo Direct looked cooler in the title and thumbnail.
Basically anything that could be announced during the summer period.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, so let's kick things off with the first party stuff. By the way, for those watching on YouTube, I will have timestamps to the different sections of this video because I know that I'm bad at explaining things. But we're starting off with first party, Pikmin 4. So, as of the recording of this video, we actually just got a trailer yesterday that you'll see on screen for YouTube of the game. So, Combear, what are your thoughts?
Game of the year. Game of the year. Pikmin 4.
Okay.
That's all my thoughts.
The Game of the Year discussion is going to be very interesting.
No. I think it's cool and interesting that we're going to have a custom character in the game, which is kind of peculiar considering how all the other games went.
Yeah, I was not expecting a custom character in any Pikmin game. I really like how the trailer is just like, oh, Olimar crash landed on a planet, which he seems to do all the friggin' time.
That's kind of expected at this point.
And then the rescue team also crash lands. They're like, oh hey, they also failed. So then they send us. And it's like, who's to say we're not gonna crash land on that planet too?
Third time's the charm.
I guess so. But the character customizer, like any game that includes like a custom character builder, is immediately like up there.
Do you think Nintendo is going to be like every other game studio lately and have such a deep custom character maker that we're going to be able to control all the sizes?
I cannot wait for the penis enlargement mod for Pikmin 4.
I cannot wait. Dude, my penis is just going to be regular human size.
It's not going to be Pikmin. It's going to be Peenman.
Penis man.
Oh, penis man. Oh, love that. Love that. We're off to a good start here. So Pikmin 4 comes out next month. So I figured that like in a direct, like a June Direct, they would just have like a small like trailer being like, hey, this comes out next month. Like, get your asses ready.
Honestly, I think the Pikmin 4 trailer be kind of randomly dropped now might put a point towards no June Direct because like what else is there for June, honestly? Other than that?
Yeah, you know what? You have a point. That's like the only thing coming out around June.
Other than, obviously, they should have saved the one to Switch for everyone reveal for the end of whatever Direct we're getting in August.
I still can't believe that happened.
I don't even think it needs a trailer. They should have just flashed one of the two images they have on the website on screen. Everyone would have known what it was immediately.
Why is the only other image on that website so cursed, though? It looks so weird.
I'm sold on the game based off those two images alone. The horse mask alone, it brings nostalgia back. Because I have a friend who owns one of those, and it's so funny.
I bet that if there was a June Direct, that definitely would have been a headline. But you make a good point. Like, they shadow dropped both that and the Pikmin 4 trailers. Like,
maybe
know.
Pikmin 4 definitely probably wouldn't be in like the August thing unless they're like announcing like maybe DLC for it, but I doubt that.
The only DLC I could think of for something like Pikmin 4 would be bringing back like a battle mode or those like side modes in Pikmin 3.
I was thinking like I guess it was one of the side modes, but I was thinking like the side missions in Pikmin 3 you could do, like the money collecting ones in Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I forgot what that's even called. It's some kind of like time attack.
I'm just super excited for Pikmin 4 in general, though.
Yeah, I remember like for years we're just like, this shit cannot possibly be real, and then they finally show like a screenshot, and we're just like, oh my god, it's like finding the One Piece.
I still remember the whiplash of them showing Pikmin Bloom for 5 minutes and then freaking out about Pikmin 4.
I remember that. Oh my god, I'm just like, okay, a Pikmin mobile game, like cool. Nintendo getting into the mobile scene even more. Like they've had an okay track record. Pikmin 4.
I remember during most of that direct, the person sitting next to me had to keep me calm the entire time because I was freaking out too much.
Oh man, that direct was fun. Oh man. Good times. But you know what?
Yeah, Pikmin 4 Game of the Year.
You know what isn't going to be Game of the Year this year? Metroid Prime 4, because it's not coming out.
It's not going to release this year.
I can't wait to have Sakamoto stand in front of like a black screen, just be like, we're sorry to announce that this game has been canceled. At this point, I've accepted that no direct is gonna have Metroid Prime 4. Like, it either exists or it doesn't. It's Schrodinger's game.
I think it might have like a Twilight Princess effect or like a Breath of the Wild effect, where it like maybe it's a launch game for whatever our next system is.
I think Arlo made a theory video where that was exactly what he was saying, and like, we are pretty close to the end of the Switch's life cycle. Like, their next console is going to be within the next couple years.
That's wild to think about, honestly.
Breath of the Wild to think about. I tried way too hard with that one.
I'm laughing. So that effort paid off. Don't worry.
But if in an alternate timeline, Metroid Prime 4 would ideally have some kind of evidence that it's real, I'm not holding my breath, even if it is for opening night live.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see Metroid Prime 4 anytime soon or anything, to be honest. It would be really cool if we did. Like, I would be excited if we saw it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's one of those stretch predictions where it's like, you know it's not going to happen, but if it did, that would be awesome.
Do you think Metroid Prime 4 is going to turn into the new Pikmin 4?
Oh my god, I sincerely hope not. Because, like, ever since all the Metroid titles have been coming to Nintendo Switch Online, I've been playing through them to prepare for Prime 4. Like, I'm close to the end of Metroid Prime Remastered, and it's so good. Like Nintendo, please. I want to play more of this.
Please, Nintendo.
Or at least, like, if you're going to announce anything Metroid related, if Prime 4 is still in the oven, I'm a little crazy for this. Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remastered for Switch. Because the first one was well done, and I really liked it, and I would love to play the trilogy, because all I have is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption on the Wii here. I don't even have Prime 2.
I kind of wished if they were going to do all three, they would have done just remaster the whole trilogy and put it in one package. But yeah, I agree. They should just do 2 and 3 at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a crime that they didn't. But you know what else is a crime? The fact that we haven't seen much for Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC. I'm getting worse at these transitions.
Actually, we got a leak the other day of what one of the legendaries typing is gonna be.
Did we
Isn't that
actually? I
right?
did not see that.
My sibling told me the other day. It's like I think it was Dragon Rock. It was like the elemental one.
Huh. I did not hear about that. That's almost like Zygarde, because Zygarde was Dragon Ground. That's interesting. But the Teal Mask DLC expansion is apparently coming out this fall. We know almost nothing about it. We've seen like a couple like mini like gameplay clips of it. I guess like we had a very brief trailer, but we don't really know anything about it. So I would like to see more on that, because I mean, more Pokemon is always welcome in my eyes, provided it's of stable quality. I don't think I'm asking for too much with that one. But you know what is of good quality? Splatoon 3.
Ooh. Ooh. Now we're talking my language. Yes.
Yeah, so Splatoon 3. There's
So
an expansion pass with Pearl and Marina. Like, what do you know about that?
so far, it's coming out in 2 waves. The first wave, it's really ironic that you just called it quality, because it wasn't really. It was just kind of a reskin for the hub world. It's cool that it's Inglopolis from Splatoon 1, but it doesn't really serve much of a function, to be honest.
Yeah, I wish they
But
would just let you access the single player mode from Splatoon 1, just as kind of like a homage.
yeah, that would be really nice. That way you could also play all 3 of them on Switch, every single campaign.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But regardless, everyone probably bought it for, though, the story mode expansion
Yep.
that we're getting, the Pearl Marina side mode. I like the theory of it being the Marina origin story.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think, because I have only played the first one, so I didn't know that there was that much of a backstory that like needed to be explained.
Yeah, her whole thing is that she used to be an Octoling, like one of the Octoling soldiers, but then after meeting Pearl and seeing how big her forehead was, she fell in love, and now they're gay.
That is the most Splatoon thing I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So to my knowledge, there's no known release window for either wave of the DLC.
Well, the first wave's already out.
Oh, okay, so we're just waiting on the second wave.
Yeah, so we're just waiting. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, I think it is supposed to release. They said it would release this year at some point.
Okay, so some confirmation about that would be pretty ideal. You know what else would be pretty ideal? An expansion pass for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know what they would add. I'm not gonna lie. What do you add?
Okay, so I think there's 2 ways they could go about this. They could either go the easy route, which is just a couple cosmetics, like the Nintendo Switch t-shirt and the Hylian motorcycle, and just call it a day. Or somehow they add a Tears of the Kingdom edition of the Master Sword Trials. Because I remember, like, 4 years after Breath of the Wild came out, I finally got the expansion pass DLC, because I finally got back into the game. And the Master Sword Trials were some of the best parts of that game that I have played. It was so fun. It was very challenging, but it was so much fun to, like, strategize with the resources they were giving you of, like, what to really, of, like, how to get through all the stages. So if they could make, like, a Champions Trials or some kind of trial like they did with Breath of the Wild, I think that would be stellar.
I'm gonna be real. I never beat Breath of the Wild or did any of the Master Trial stuff.
That's fair.
I don't 100% know what they were about, but I think just adding more challenge mode stuff would be fun. It would be really cool. You do something like that, but you do it with the new, like, tech stuff, where it's like a puzzle room, but they give you basically a crap ton of, like, all the Zonai tech stuff, right? And
Okay.
basically they're just like, figure out what you need to make to move on.
Oh, yeah, kind of like almost like a sandbox escape room.
Yeah,
I like that. That I would play the hell out of that. And like that has so much replayability because we've already seen on Twitter, the Zonai devices are pretty versatile for both making the game fun and crucifying every single Korok to ever exist.
I'm still discovering new things to do with them every single time I open the game, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
So like that prospect of just like it's as limited as your imagination with Zonai devices, that makes so much replayability. Like if they made that into an expansion pass, people would buy that up so fast. I would play through that so many times.
Honestly, you can make a whole game out of that.
You could. You know what? You could just make like a car mechanic simulator with Tears of the Kingdom.
You know what that's called? Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
We don't talk about that game. You should feel bad for referencing that.
Speaking of older video games,
Okay, you're... Oh, man, I'm so proud. You're doing my crappy segues into Nintendo Switch Online. So, what I would like to see is, ever since they announced them, I've been wanting to play them. The Legend of Zelda Oracle games and or Golden Sun. Because the Oracle games, I feel like, are criminally underrepresented when talking about Zelda games. And Golden Sun is just a hotly requested game in general. Like, it's just an RPG that people just don't remember from the Game Boy era anymore.
Yeah, I know. I only know of Golden Sun because of the assist trophy.
Honestly, that's fair. Like, a lot of games kind of got their exposure from Smash. Like, Fire Emblem was first introduced in the States through Smash Melee, and now, like, it's hugely popular.
Think about it. Smash Bros. Is the reason a lot of franchises are as beloved as they are.
Yeah. It creates awareness. It's the perfect marketing tool, unironically.
But not to suck Smash Brothers off anymore. But yeah, what do we have left? I mean, Switch Online's already perfect. It just got Kirby Tilt and Tumble.
You're so right.
We can't get much better than that.
Okay, so there's a lot that I want, but there's also only a few games they could add that are just like possible to even ask for at this point. Like,
is Amazing Mirror on there yet?
Okay, so it looks like Amazing Mirror is not on there yet.
So that would be a fun one to add.
Yeah, all we have left for Game Boy is Golden Sun, or Game Boy Advance, I should say. Golden Sun, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, the first Fire Emblem on Game Boy Advance, I should say, and Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. And then Japan gets Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, which is where Roy comes from. We don't get that, which I find really annoying.
That is really annoying.
Okay, upcoming N64 games. Mario Party 3 is still not there yet. Pokemon Stadium 2, 1080 Snowboarding, Excite Bike 64.
It's only to do 1 and 2.
And then Japan gets Harvest Moon 64, which is weird because everybody gets Harvest Moon for the SNES. Why make 64 exclusive?
Us Americans don't like playing the sequel, especially when there's 63 games after the original.
Oh, yeah, of course. You got me there. The only other Game Boy Color games that we don't have yet, other than the Oracle games, are the Pokemon Trading Card game, and then Japan gets Kairu no Tame ni Kane wa Naru, which is the fraud for whom the bell tolls.
I mean, if we're also going to discuss unannounced things, the regular-ass Pokemon games would be kind of nice to have on that.
That makes too much sense. Nintendo would never do that.
Right. You're right. Give them Pokemon Home support, too. That makes too much sense. You're right.
Oh,
they would know.
Yeah, so I think that's it for, like, confirmed first-party stuff. So, let's go to third-party stuff where, admittedly, I kind of, like, okay, so I just looked at release calendars and put a bunch of games in here for maximum coverage. So there's a good chance that me and Combear don't really know or care about most of these games, but we're still covering them just so I can, I don't know, make myself feel smart for predicting them. So, starting with, if we're going in release order here, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, coming June 27th. So if there's a June Direct, that would be announced there. I don't really have anything to say about Story of Seasons. Do you?
I don't really have anything to say about most of this.
Fair.
Disney Illusion Island sounds like a fun title.
Yeah. Sure,
Was
I
this
guess.
Kingdom Hearts?
You did not just fucking say... we're gonna have a long talk about that after this. But anyway, yeah, honestly, Disney has been doing pretty well with games lately. Like,
Well, they have that Disney
Dreamlight
soon
Valley.
Nintendo Switch model, so of course Disney is doing great.
What?
What, do you not remember that?
Wait,
There's a
remember what?
Disney soon Nintendo Switch. Did you not know that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But between Illusion Island kind of looking like a pretty decent. I believe that's the 2D platformer that they're working on that comes out next month, July 28th specifically. But then also Dreamlight Valley was well received, so it seems like Disney is really kind of nailed games so far. Like they've been doing pretty good with the Nintendo Switch era. But also obligatory, bring back Epic Mickey, you cowards!
I admittedly have not played Epic Mickey, but I have heard enough about it to agree with that comment.
I have been meaning to pick it up for my Wii collection because I would love to try the game. It looks cool. Like, there's a lot of cool, like, history and Disney references of, like, very obscure Disney facts behind the game. Like, it's so fascinating, and they just won't utilize it.
Honestly, I think they could, like, do that and, like, but use modern stuff, too.
They could, yeah. Disney is only, the biggest, animation entertainment company in the entire world. It's not like they're slowing down on stuff they could use.
Basically, this is also my brain being like, put Bill Cipher as a boss in Kingdom Hearts 4 talking, but
I hate to be that guy. There is no way in hell that is happening.
I know, but like, wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool. I admit, like that would be awesome. I don't know. Modders, when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out in 2048, get on that.
2048.
But you know what I want to get onto that comes out a lot sooner than that? Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. So it's a port, I believe. Either a port or a remaster of the 3DS exclusive.
I have no reason
June 30th.
to use my 3DS anymore. Finally, I can get rid of it.
Well, you could hack your 3DS because it's incredibly simple and morally correct because Nintendo shut down the eShop.
No, apparently it's not anymore. Apparently Nintendo sent a patch out recently to try and make it so it's not easy, but the modders found a way around it almost immediately, so it's fine.
Okay, so then it is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw it when I saw the trailer for this game. Like I was actually, it's funny. The day that this game got announced, I was watching a video about like top 3DS exclusives that you should pick up before the eShop goes down. And Ghost Trick was on that list. And I'm just like, oh wow, this game looks really cool. I would love for them to bring it to Nintendo Switch. And then like the next day, I'm just like, oh my god, they're bringing Ghost Trick back to Nintendo. They're bringing it to Nintendo Switch. So, like,
clearly you've got some kind of like supernatural powers here.
Oh, okay, that's true because last year, coincidentally enough, when we were doing this predictions video last year, they announced Skyward Sword HD. I predicted they would have like a trailer for Skyward Sword HD. And the day before they announced Skyward Sword HD was a thing, I was watching Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of the original Skyward Sword. And then the day after I start watching that Let's Play, they announced the HD remaster. And I'm just like, oh, like, does Nintendo live in my walls? Do they live in the Mario right there?
Tell them to make the next Mario game, please. Right now. Do that right now.
You can't rush perfection.
I'm not telling them to rush it. I'm just telling them to confirm that it's gonna happen.
Oh boy, it would suck if Mario Galaxy 3 was in development. Ha. That would... Oh boy. I hope they heard me. Another game that's coming out, also June 30th, Switch exclusive, Master Detective Archives Rain Code. So that's made by Spike Chunsoft, who makes Danganronpa and the Somnium Files. I'm personally excited for this because for those who saw my playthrough of the Somnium Files, I greatly enjoyed that game. And when I played the sequel Nirvana Initiative, that was incredible. So I really want to get more into Spike Chunsoft games. You know what else I should try? The Legend of Heroes, Trails into Reverie, which comes out July 7th from NIS America. So, I actually got to try Trails into Reverie at PAX East at the NIS America booth. It is a long-standing JRPG series. It is apparently the end of an arc. So, hey everybody, this is Editor Mike here. Just quickly interrupting this video to make a correction before this video gets even more confusing. So, it turns out that after further research, Trails into Reverie is not part of the arc. The first correction is that it's not part of the arc. It involves the return of characters from Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, but it is not part of the arc. Also, the name is not the Rockbell arc, it is the Crossbell arc, which is in reference to Crossbell State, the area that those games take place in. So, yeah, that's just a correction I wanted to make before I dug myself a deeper grave. Don't attack me, fandom, please. I have never played a Trails game. I would say if you want me to cover Trails into Reverie, let me know. That would require me to start and play through Trails from Zero and Trails from Azure. So if you want me to try the Trails games, let me know. I'll look into it. But another game from NIS that's coming out that I'm excited for is Cry Machina. I don't really have much to say about it because it just, at best, I could say it looks really cool and I want it. I guess just like the gameplay reminds me of games like Persona and also Monarch, which came out a couple years ago.
Well, that explains why you like it then.
Yeah, exactly. My tastes are pretty predictable. So that's coming out fall 2023. So if we could get a release date, that would be cool. Especially, having a specific date would help me with contacting my PR rep at NIS to get a review code. To those watching from NIS, you guys are pretty cool.
All right. Not to skip Alter Mary remake, The Alchemist of Salberg here.
Oh.
But Hogwarts Legacy is getting a Switch port.
So what I think is gonna happen. Also, you pronounced that so wrong, and I'm gonna correct you in a minute. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is getting a Switch port. Like, my thoughts exactly.
That's like security breach getting announced to be ported to Switch.
Okay, but Hogwarts Legacy is actually a good video game.
Okay, look, I'm saying this because like this is like a graphically intense game that I think my Switch will explode when I say Explosionionus Patronus.
You tried, but
that's a real.
Yeah,
story.
it's just apparently it's getting a Switch port. Supposedly coming out July 25th. So I feel like I need to make this disclaimer or else people are going to hate me. I don't agree with J.K. Rowling. I am not endorsing her or anything about what she says about trans people. Trans people are pretty awesome. Hopefully I cover my bases there. Getting into the game? How is this supposed to run? Like, calling it now? Cloud version.
Absolutely.
It was made for PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5 and Windows.
Was security breach cloud version?
Not that I know of. But again, the difference is that Hogwarts Legacy is an actual good video game, allegedly. Because I have a friend that put 50 hours plus into it, and she said it was amazing. If I cared about Hogwarts Legacy, I'd probably be sort of excited that it's on Switch, but I never really cared about the game at all, so if you're excited, have fun with your wizard game.
Good for you. Good for you. Have fun getting your hands burnt playing handheld mode.
Yay for you! We are not liable for house fires from playing Hogwarts Legacy on your Nintendo Switch on July 25th.
We're not held accountable for the nuclear explosion that's going to go off in your room when you try to play this game on your Switch.
Yeah. But the game that you skipped over here, it's just Atelier Marie Remake, The Alchemist of Salzburg. Comes out July 13th. I don't really have anything to say about that, so it makes sense you skipped over it. Just kind of putting that out there that it exists, it's being remade. If you've played the Atelier series, there you go. Getting into a couple more third-party announcements that are coming out in September. So this would be at either a Nintendo Direct or Opening Night Live. Super Bomberman R2 comes out September 12th. I did not expect this game to get a sequel. Kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if you're a Bomberman enjoyer.
So I've never played a Bomberman before, but I have wanted to, and I know of Bomberman. So if you're excited for this, good for you. Bomberman's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he seems pretty hot-headed, though.
He's friends with Wario. Like, only cool people are friends with Wario.
He has quite the explosive personality.
I would say Wario has quite the explosive personality, you're right.
Explosive from a gas standpoint, yes. But yeah, I guess since you want to get it to Bomberman, September 12th, there you go. But on September 5th...
I'm play Super Bomberman R1 first, personally.
I don't think you're missing out on anything from the first game.
I'm gonna miss out on the R arc.
You mean the arc?
Yeah. The arc. It's like a pirate-themed Bomberman game.
Hi, I be writing a book series. I call it an arc. I hate everything that comes out of my mouth. Anyway, something that people probably won't hate that comes out of a game publisher on September 5th is Rune Factory 3 Special. There you go. I don't have anything to say about Rune Factory.
Why is it special?
I think it's like a definitive edition of Rune Factory 3. I think they do that for every game in the series, where they have like the base game and then special. Kind of like how the Disgaea games will have like when Disgaea 6 came out, like this year they came out with Disgaea 6 Complete, which is all the DLC bundled into one game. So it's probably something like that. Getting into a couple indie games that have confirmed release dates. Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals comes out July 12th. I don't know anything about Oxenfree, but I mean the title alone seems pretty awesome.
That's a sick title, honestly. Oxenfree.
And
it's
Lost
like,
Signals?
what does that mean? Lost Signals? Is that why they have no signals? Why is it 2?
Who knows? Apparently, it's a mystery horror graphic adventure game developed, published by Netflix Games. So I'm confused. Like, why is Netflix like trying to get into games? Like, on the list of platforms that this game is coming out on, Netflix is listed as a platform.
It's a Oh, I think Netflix has like games like Minecraft Story Mode or something like that.
Fascinating. I did not know about that. So I guess if you're looking for something to play on Netflix, Oxenfree 2.
Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals.
Sure. I guess if that's your
Play them
thing.
both. Play both. Play both Minecraft Story Mode and Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals.
I don't know. Judging by the key art of Oxenfree 2, I think I'd rather play this as opposed to Minecraft Story Mode. Odd take.
Minecraft Story Mode's too sad.
This looks really cool. Yeah, that looks awesome. Another indie game. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Okay, well, I would be lying if I said this didn't look anything like Jet Set Radio, considering the composer, Hideki Naganuma, he is composing the music for this game, so it looks like a spiritual successor.
Isn't this supposed to be like a Jet Set Radio, like, successor or something?
That is pretty much what it looks like. Yeah, it comes out August 18th, so we've got a bit of time before that comes out, but that I like it. Let's see. Okay, here's the description. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is 1 second per second of advanced funk style. Battle rival crews and dispatch military police to conquer the 5 boroughs of New Amsterdam. What is this description? Like, it goes from funk style to dispatching military police to conquer a city? Like,
that's me. That's every Tuesday.
That's some Dr. Doofenshmirtz energy where it's just like, I'm gonna use the Funkinator to claim the tri-state area.
The Funkinator.
Funkinator.
Dude, who be messing with the Funkinator?
Bro really touched the Funkinator. Bro really invented the Funkinator. You know what I want to touch that's a video game? That was a shitty transition. Sea of Stars! Coming out August 29th.
I'm glad that this is reminding me of this game, because I actually wanted to play this, because this game looks really cute.
So, Sea of Stars, I want this game so bad. I still need to contact PR and see if they'll give a review code to me. But I want to play this game. Ever since it was revealed, the sprite art is gorgeous. The demo was good. However, I did get stuck. I got soft locked in the demo, so that kind of turned me away from it. But that hasn't really lowered my interest in this game at all. Pixel art is amazing. It looks like it'll be a really fun time. It's combat that I am familiar with, that I enjoy, and the music is being composed by the composer from Chrono Trigger, which, if you've never listened to Chrono Trigger soundtrack, it's incredible. So I'm excited on all fronts for Sea of Stars. It looks amazing. And then the last indie game I have written down here, Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, I can't wait to see this game.
So, an interesting thing did develop this year where, so last year, Xbox posted a list of games that they said were confirmed to be releasing within the next 12 months on Xbox. And Hollow Knight Silksong, without having a release date, was on that. So that basically let people know within the next year, Silksong would be releasing on this. A couple months ago, the game was removed from the list. Hey everyone, Editor Mike with another correction. Sorry for cutting in with these videos, but I feel like this was a necessary correction. So I said that it was removed from the list of games to be coming out within a year of the Xbox showcase from last year. The whole thing about being removed from the list is not true. What happened was that last month, the developers, Team Cherry, came out and said that the game would be delayed to an unknown time frame. So nothing was removed from a list. It's just that the game was delayed again. Back to the video. So it's sitting right there next to Metroid Prime 4 in video game purgatory. And you know what?
I'd like to think they're drinking tea together.
They're just like, hey, remember when we were working on a video game? What video game?
They're just two Metroid and what's the character's name from Hollow Knight that's gonna be the star of Silksong? Probably Silksong.
The star of Silksong. Oh my god, what's her name? Hornet.
Samus and Hornet are just chilling, drinking tea together.
No disrespect to Team Cherry, by the way. I know that it's a group of 3 guys working on this game, and they have a lot of ideas they want to put into it, so I'm not trying to put them down or anything. It's just the second they announce a release date is probably the second I'll start actually playing the first game, because I've been meaning to touch the first game and just haven't. But yeah, if you like Metroidvanias, it's a really good one to try. It's only one of the most popular indie games of all time, so if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what else does.
It's only one of those, Those aren't that common, It's
only one of the most recognizable indie games ever. You know what was less recognizable when I first heard about it? Well, okay, let me first explain that the following is going to be games without concrete release dates. So these are games that have either a seasonal release window, or just a year, or it was announced with no release implied at all. It'll make more sense as you watch the rest of this video. So, first game, Samba de Amigo Party Central, supposedly coming out this summer. I thought it was supposed to come out in June. It's June 7th. I'm not saying that it should have already come out, but if there was a time for them to announce an actual release date, it would be right now.
I don't even know what this is. I gotta look this up.
So it is a rhythm game by
Oh,
Sega.
This image has Sonic in it.
Wait until you find out who developed it. Oh, okay. Never mind. It seems like it does have a release date since I last wrote this video.
This guy looks cool.
So Samba de Amigo Party Central, it originally, I guess it was stated to come out in June or just the summer. It comes out August 29th. Cool. Good to know. So I believe it's like from the Sega Dreamcast days. Let me verify that. Yes. So the original game was on arcades. It was for the Wii and also the Dreamcast.
It makes sense.
So they're bringing this back. Yeah, so if you're excited for that, there you go. Another thing coming out that, to my knowledge, I don't see a release date for it. Never mind. Hold on a second. All this is getting like thrown out the window right now. I guess I should say it so editor can throw images on screen. Batten Kaitos 1 and 2 Remaster, aka games that infamously have the longest speedrun ever. I forget which Batten Kaitos game it is, but one of these games has a speedrun that is like 360 hours. It is so funny to read about. Oh man, it's funny.
Can't wait to see the run for both 1 and 2 at the same time.
Let's see. So according to Chit Hot, it was originally penned in for summer 2023. It comes out June 30th. So if it doesn't come out June 30th, let it be known that I only know about that because of a news site I've never heard about before.
That's great to know.
But you know what I also haven't heard about before? Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Slated for 2023, this is a sequel to a game from the 3DS.
What? Why is she stealing time? That's kind of rude. Palkia needs that.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Wait, was Palkia time or is it Dialga?
That was Dialga. Palkia was space.
I messed it up.
That is an L.
I messed up my choke. Kick me out of the video. Kick me out.
Kind of hard to do that. But anyway, this is a social slow life RPG. I've never heard of Fantasy Life. I don't know. I guess this is just a thing developed by Level 5, which we'll get back to Level 5 in a minute. But yeah, supposed to come out 2023. We don't know anything about when it comes out. If you're like one of the 2 people that knows about this game and is clamoring for a release date, keep waiting.
I'm praying for you. I hope you'll get to see the girl steal time soon.
Metal Slug Tactics. So this is apparently the first console release since Metal Slug on PS2 in 2006. And the concept for this game was taken from the 2009 Japanese mobile release. So Metal Slug Tactics, as you could expect, is a militaristic strategy tactics game. Supposed to come out 2023, and as far as I know, it has no particular date. I thought I would have more to say here.
Metal Slug was always looked like a really cool series, but I've never really understand what is happening or how the games would play.
I just like the name Metal Slug Tactics. Like, slugs aren't exactly metal.
This game makes them, though. They make them pretty metal.
I guess so. Payday 3 comes out this year, supposedly.
Finally, I'll get paid.
Yeah, it's about time. We're all gonna get paid 3 times this year.
No, it's only the 3rd time I've gotten paid.
Payday 2. What did Payday 2 come out on?
Fridays.
Okay, it came out on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. Okay, so makes sense that this is going to be on Switch. I don't really have much to say. It's a co-op FPS.
I played the Roblox version a lot.
Everyone has their thing, I guess. Just like fans of Suikoden, there are remasters coming out for Suikoden 1 and 2 this year. I don't know anything about Suikoden. As far as I know, it's just a RPG series.
This looks very SNES PlayStation 1 RPG.
Yeah, it apparently came out. First game came out in 95. Originally released for PS1 in Japan, but now first two games are coming back. It was also on the Sega Saturn, so cool to see like all these obscure games coming out of their like their old systems, like defunct systems. Like you don't see many people really looking for a Sega Saturn, so Suikoden is going to be more accessible to people, which is always pretty nice in my opinion. But I did say we were gonna talk about level 5 in a minute. They have some interesting stuff coming. So the first one is Deca Police, a crime suspense RPG from level 5 coming out this year.
The two of the images on my screen right now have a child holding a gun, so this definitely looks like a video game.
This is the video game of all time.
I cannot wait for this video game of all time.
Yeah, to my knowledge, there's no release date confirmed, but it looks pretty awesome. Like, the style has me interested. I mean, children holding guns sounds hilarious in concept, so I would love to play that. So we've got that. And then also, Professor Layton is coming back with Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. There's no release year.
Finally.
But an update about that would be nice. Because
Finally.
apparently
Professor Layton crossover.
What?
Steam.
I almost laughed.
I laughed at your bad joke earlier.
That's fair. You know what? Yeah, that's valid. But yeah, between a new Professor Layton game, Deca Police, and where is it in my notes? I had another level 5 game sitting here in my notes.
Wasn't it baiting Kaito's 1 and 2? No, it was the girl who steals time.
Okay, yeah. They're publishing some interesting stuff, both remasters, which hopefully are good, and like new original stuff. Nintendo, I know you don't like to buy out developers. Maybe consider buying out these ones, because Level 5 was not doing too well a few years ago, because after Yokai Watch stopped doing well over here, they kind of scaled down to stay in Japan. Like, localization was just a bit limited for them because of just a lack of popularity for their stuff around here. So Nintendo might be doing them a favor. You've already let Alpha Dream die. Don't let Level 5 die.
Don't remind me. Do not remind me that they let Alpha Dream die.
They could have saved them. Ball is in your court. Okay. So I literally only added this game to the list because the title is hilarious. Dr. Fetus's Mean Meat Machine.
Finally. Finally. The game that I've been waiting for.
Apparently it's made by the Super Meat Boy developers. What is that name? Dr. Fetus? Really?
Bro, high school was wild. They always called me Dr. Fetus.
Okay, Colbert. Okay. I don't have much to say other than, what the hell is that name? Yeah, it looks like it's just...
I'll take 2 copies.
It looks like it's literally just Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, but they kind of put it in the Super Meat Boy universe. The Meatverse.
The Meativerse.
The Meatverse. Literally the metaverse, but you switch a couple letters. Oh, man. Everything is just meat. A vegan's worst nightmare. SteamWorld Build. That's the name of a video game. It is a city-building dungeon crawler. I've heard good stuff about the SteamWorld games. Supposedly SteamWorld Dig is pretty fun to play. I don't know much about this series otherwise. It comes out in 2023 for all major platforms.
It does look pretty nifty, if I do say so myself.
But what does come out that I'm pretty interested in is Gunbrella. Yeah, it is a I almost said it's a Devolver game, which it is, but that's not the point I'm making. It is a noir punk action-adventure game.
Look, this game looks incredible, but I just want to point out, I just looked up Gunbrella, and one of the images is just a stock photo of some guy with a literal umbrella gun, with Gunbrella will get you shot for sure. TechCrunch.
Well, damn, remind me to never piss off anyone with an umbrella gun.
Apparently, never trust someone with an umbrella. You never know if they're packing.
But I would like to be packing this game because I want it. Gunbrella looks amazing. Like the sprite art looks pretty cool, and just the concept of a noir punk action adventure game sounds epic. I love that. Another thing I love is this game, Another Crab's Treasure, which is basically Elden Ring for crustaceans. it's a Souls-like adventure where you're a crab.
Finally, the game for me.
If there weren't contenders for Best Indie this year, there is one now.
Isn't this the game where, like, when the developers were talking about it, there was just an Among Us plush in the background?
Good question. I don't know. Editor can verify that.
I think this was, and I remember laughing so hard at that.
And also, according to Steam, I wrote down in my notes that it comes out 2023. The release date seems to have been pushed to 2024. So the conversation for Best Indie Game next year is going to be pretty one-sided, if you ask me.
So, yeah. Unless Haunted Chocolatier comes out next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Which it won't, but...
I would love to see Haunted Chocolatier, but I think Concerned Ape is either working on or just finished Stardew 1.6. But yeah, Haunted Chocolatier, I'd love to hear more about that. It sounds amazing. I think that's all we have for predictions here. It's a bit unconventional considering there isn't a June Direct announced, and if there was, it would have been happening within the week. But, do you agree with our predictions? Do you disagree? Was there something we missed that you're predicting? Like, I don't know, Half-Life 3 on Nintendo Switch Cloud version. I don't know.
No, they're gonna put Half-Life 3 on the NES Switch Online service.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. Because no one would think to look there.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's going to be it from us. Thank you for watching our predictions video, or if you're just listening while working on something in the background, we hope you're having a productive work time, or you're laughing along with us as our goofy humor makes you smile. Goofy humor. But, yeah, be sure to subscribe and give the video a like. Maybe leave a comment down below. Helps with engagement analytics. But that's going to be it from us. I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.